Plus, actually.
6 of live.
Hello and happy Friday Facebook Live. And look who's back. The very beautiful and talented Stacie girl. So Stacie is back at MTN Matchmaking. She's been with me for 15 years. I don't know how she put up with me all those years, but she took a little break during the pandemic, but she is back. And it is also June. So I would like to wish everyone a very happy June Pride Month. Obviously, everyone knows you do not have to be gay or queer or, the specific terms that I'm always told I mess up. But love is love. That's what my hat says. Love is love. So make sure you show love and support to anyone that you know who is gay, queer, trans, and many others, okay? I know I'll get in trouble for not saying that properly. I do have a brother who I'm very proud of who's gay, and he came out to me, in fact, Stacie, 40 years ago, I guess. And he had asked me to tell our family. So it's kind of interesting. And then I have, most of you who know me know, I have a trans daughter who is not only beautiful, talented, smart, but the strongest girl that I know. And I'm so proud of her. So today's questions, though, are mostly for heterosexuals because we have not begun our gay program yet, which we will, and we will let everyone know when we do. But for now, I'm sorry, just put your name on our list, and when we get about 100 people that are interested, that's when we can open it. Okay. I don't know if you can notice, Stacie, but even my earrings are love is love.
Oh, very nice.
So, okay. So, I don't know if you're just extremely tan or...
Well, I'm extremely tan, yes. The lighting, too, is a little...
It's so nice to know how hard you're working at MTN Matchmaking. To have a tan like that. I'm kidding. Okay, so let's start on the question. Yes, I am jealous.
Okay, so number one. Why do so many attractive, successful Long Island singles still struggle to find a committed relationship?
Well, and also, if you could speak a little bit louder, I'm sure everyone can hear you perfectly. But
what do so many attractive and successful Long Island singles still struggle to find a committed relationship?
I really didn't mean you had to repeat it. I heard it. I just meant in the future.
Just in case. Just in case.
Okay. So, well, there's something that I think most people struggle with when they're dating in this day and age on your own and not coming to, say, MTN Matchmaking. And that's what this Friday Facebook Live is for, to help singles that are not our clients, to help them be able to find love. So there is something that I think most people know about, and it's called dating with intention. And if you have that, it's wonderful. If you're dating someone that is also dating with intention, that's wonderful because it's going to help out the relationship. If you're dating someone, oh God, hold on one second. Wait. Okay, hold on. On Friday Facebook Live. Oh, cool. You right after. So that's how fast I answer my clients. Look at that. Record time. Okay, so the thing is, most people don't know when you're dating someone, especially if you're meeting them on the internet sites. How do you know if that person is dating with intention? You don't know. That person might just be looking for a fling. That person might be just looking for dates. That person might be just, okay, I'm lonely. And if that's the case, how's that going to help anybody? It's not. And
Right.
how are you going to know if someone's dating with intention? Are you going to ask them? Because you're going to sound like a freak, right? But what do you think? Do you agree? Or you don't have to, obviously you don't have to agree with everything I say,
No, 100%. I think a big part of it is, you're not quite sure what the other person's looking for, which makes it extremely difficult.
What? Can you put your volume on?
Hello, my volume is up, and I'm usually so loud and obnoxiously loud. I mean,
put up your blanket volume.
Oh my
God! If anybody ever heard,
I speak loud. The Long Island accent is coming out now because
Stacie's from Long Island, but is in the Delray Beach area, and she's back to working for MTN Matchmaking. Thank God in heaven. But she stays up with me typically till midnight and helps me as I'm sending out the matches. She's recording them, which saves so much time. But if you heard us, if anybody ever heard the stuff, the cursing, the fun, the craziness, the what? What? You better not have said she's not pretty enough for you. What was that thing that happened last week? Oh, Ruth said it.
Oh, God.
Ruth is like, listen.
Last week?
Yeah, remember? She's like, listen, you're looking for a 10. You got to be a 10. You got to be a 9. You got to be a 9 to get a 10.
You got to be a 9 to get a 10, not a 7 or an 8. I was like, woo.
Now, years ago,
at its finest.
I said that years ago about this guy that tried every single matchmaker in New York, myself on Long Island, but I contractually obligated what I said I would, as I always do. I'll be right back. And so, if you remember, Stacie, I just built my monster.
I figured that's what happened, and one of the 3 drinks went down.
I can't hear you. Can you adjust the volume on your?
So my volume can't go any louder. I'm at max.
Okay. So anyway,
I'm at 100.
So years ago, though, this guy was totally unrealistic. I matched him up. He only paid what 20-year-olds pay, and he was in his 40s. Okay. So we paid for 3 matches for $1,000 back then, and he claimed to be a millionaire. Like, no millionaire wants to pay only $1,000 without dating coaching. Like, it was just ridiculous. But he also paid $25,000 plus to 10 other matchmakers in the city, and he ended up suing every one of them. So naturally, that breaks all across Long Island and New York. This guy spent $65,000 on different matchmakers, blah, blah, blah. And so the phone was ringing off the hook. Jerry was there. Jerry's the one who hired Stacie, by the way.
I love my Jerry.
And I hope Jerry's watching. And so Jerry's like, do you want to talk to this news person? And, depending upon who it was, I'd say yes. So, yes. What do you want to comment? Because I could say whatever I wanted because he didn't sue me. I did my job. He just picked the wrong program. So I said, well, he's a 6 and he wants a 10. That's why it didn't work. In King Cullen that weekend with both my kids who were young, because started the business 20 years ago. This was like 18 years ago. And all of a sudden we see National Enquirer on by King Cullen in the supermarkets. And Brendan goes, Mom, there's a picture of you on the National Enquirer. A 6 wants a 10 in dating on Long Island. Matchmaker calls him a 6. It was so funny. Anyway, on to this. But I do want to say one thing. A very nice girl. And I'm meeting so many nice new girls here in my new development. One of them, I know of her. I can't believe where she works. I've been there to the studio. Did I tell you about her yesterday?
No.
She's amazing. Love her, love her, love her. Love the owner of the studio. I'm friends with him. He's the greatest. Love everyone that works there. They had me on their show. And I don't want to give it up who she is, but you know how I reply if someone asks me who I am, how I
Yes.
say my name like that. Well, she did something very similar. It's very similar. So I thought she was making fun of me. I thought she knew who I was and made fun of me. I'm like, oh, so funny. And she's like, I'm sorry, what?
She didn't get it.
And then today, another crazy coincidence at the pool, because I walked this morning and I did the pool. Anyway.
Okay, question 2. Okay,
Wait, let me just say, please, I had the worst head cold last week for 4 days, and I couldn't swim or walk. And I needed my mother and my father. I needed someone to reach out to me like I was a baby for a head cold. It never happened to me before. I've gone through back surgeries, other surgeries, big things. And I was able to handle them all on my own. This time,
It can be dreadful, especially head colds in the summer.
Yeah. I know it was these bratty kids in the pool. I know it. When I was swimming, I know they got me sick. Anyway, so let me just say before you say this, this is a private question. I didn't even tell you about Stacie, and I know you have to do a doctor appointment, so just go like this to me when I have 5 minutes left. Okay. The girl, she's so nice. She's the greatest. She's a great catch. She said she's not going out with her boyfriend anymore, and she said she loved him. She still loves him. She'll always love him. But she's so sad because all she does is think about him night and day. Could I help her? Now, we both do dating coaching. Stacie's, I'm an executive level certified matchmaker. Stacie is a certified dating coach. That's why we make such a great team at MTN Matchmaking. So I said, what is your favorite song? Listen to this song. I recommended this for her. Bryan Adams, who, if Bryan Adams, you want to fall in love, nothing will. But when you love someone, listen to the words of this. And I said it to the girl.
Such a beautiful song.
Yes. And the point of it, though, the point is never, ever be afraid to get back on the horse. When you're hurt, you're broken up, you're sad. So many people will say, I'm never doing this again. I'm done. Don't do that.
Right.
Because I've always said, it's better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all. And I said to this girl, you're way too young to give up on love. Don't be afraid to fall in love again. And then all of a sudden, the song comes on. And I'm like, ah. So I said, play it continuously all day.
Such a good one.
Yes. And at the end of the day, you're going to be like, okay, I'm not going to be afraid anymore, because we all deserve love. And again, that's another wonderful thing about Love is Love, June, Pride Month, that no matter who you are, we all deserve love. And I believe love is love. And I've always said that my whole life. I don't care who you love. You love your mother, you love your dad. I have a brother that I love. I have many brothers. I love them all, but you know what I mean. Okay, shoot, number 2, shoot.
Okay, this actually is a real good question. I mean, they're all great questions, but do you feel that dating is harder today than it was 10 years ago?
Of course.
100%.
Doesn't everyone think that?
I mean, anyone single would
stay on Long Island. Okay. And I'm not doing anything like fear-based. Fear, you have to come to MTN Matchmaking because we do a criminal felony background check, but we do. So just say if you are a little afraid, then that's when you know you need a matchmaker. But the reason why it's harder is, Stacie, you probably don't even know this, but many years ago, there was a guy who was an accountant, I think, or no, it wasn't an accountant, it was something else. I know what it is, I just can't think of it. And we would hear this, again, many years ago, we would hear, okay, someone else got killed and was thrown in the beach. Well, they caught him, and now he's prosecuted, but it took years. And if you look at the guy, yeah, does he look a little creepy? Yeah. But how do you know that? And he was married. What are you laughing at?
Just the way you're like, did he look a little creepy? Yeah, he did. I mean,
He
it was just
creepy.
funny. If you do it funny, you're gonna laugh. What do you want me to do? Cry?
I have what's that called? A creepy
Meter.
meter. I can spot creepy. But let me just also say something with also June Pride Month, that Friday Facebook Live is an outlet for me at MTN Matchmaking, because most people don't realize it's a stressful job matchmaking singles on Long Island for 20 years and keeping everyone happy. It's a little harder than you might think. So Friday Facebook Live for me is a way I can help people who are not our clients, but who also want to find love. So I do silly things, and I understand now that I never wanted it to be like, oh, I'm trying to get 1 million followers. No, I just wanted it to be a laid back, fun, completely unscripted. Completely. I don't even know the questions that you're going to ask me, and I don't want to know. And that's the funny thing. This fucking cat is so annoying.
Just swing it around. Give it a
I
swing.
want to show my pride.
Yeah, better. No, back
But
a little
you don't
more.
see the love is love.
Well, they know it's there. We got to see your face, Maureen. Yeah, the love is love. We can see at the end over there in the back.
Can everybody see that it says love is love?
Yes, I see it.
Okay, so
We have to see your face too.
all right. I just want to say, if, and I know I did, I offended someone, and thank God in heaven, he told me that I offended him by saying something. I guess it was 2 years ago, when every June I do Friday Facebook Live. And it hurt me that I hurt him, and I hurt his partner, because I love them both, and I would never intentionally hurt anyone, unless you hurt my kids or my business, then you're fucked. Okay. Other than that, or my family too, and my friends. Other than that, you're safe. You're safe with me. I'm not going to go crazy and kill you. No, only if you do those things. So, okay. Anyway, so now that I got my sane back, being sane, the crazy's out of me. I am very sorry if a couple of years ago I made a comment that stated that a very large age very large age group is creepy in the gay community. I want to tell you that with my brother being gay so many years ago, I investigated and learned so much about the gay community to love and support my brother and to be there for him. So I did learn a lot of things. And regarding matchmaking, I'm always learning. I learned matching heterosexuals is very different than matching gays. So I was told once by someone, no, it's not. It's the same exact thing. Well, I beg to differ. With my matchmaking experience, having the best mentor, being the executive level certified matchmaker, it is different in certain ways. For example, in the gay community, age does not factor in. There are also many other things. A lot of times with heterosexuals, it's 50% compatibility, 50% chemistry, right? Stacie, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
one of the wonderful things about the gay community is they do focus more on compatibility, and I love that. I'm not talking about this couple though, but I'm just saying in general. So I'm using it as an example that there are many differences, and I know there are differences. So when I said years ago, a large age range is creepy, never in a million years was I ever saying it towards my gay friends and family in the gay community. In fact, this is what it means. With a heterosexual relationship, which is my expertise, obviously, I know if a man, for example, is in his 50s and says to me, yes, I'm very wealthy, so I would like a girl who's the most beautiful girl in her 20s. Okay. That's fucking creepy. Okay. You're not going to be compatible. Don't come to me because I specialize in compatibility from being a former pharmaceutical rep. You're not going to be compatible to any girl in your 20s. A guy in your 50s, if you're looking for someone in your 20s, you think you're wealthy and you want Blanken arm candy. That's not the girls in my program. My girls in the program that are 20 are financially stable. They're not gold diggers. They don't need to go up to guys in their 50s. So I was speaking as, why is a guy in his 50s looking for someone in her 20s? That's creepy. And that's my opinion. It's also my professional opinion. Take it for what it is. But in no uncertain terms did it ever mean it was the same in the gay community. Completely different. You can be compatible in the gay community regardless of any age because there's so many other factors like family factors that come into play. So I just wanted to apologize for hurting someone for saying that. And if I did hurt anyone else over the years in saying something like that to the gay community, please know I'm sorry. The June, I celebrate the Pride Month, as you can see. And clearly, I'm not a hat person. Stacie is a hat person. That's why I said, you want to wear one of your hats? And she goes in her room and she has 50 fucking hats.
55, probably.
55 hats. I'm not a hat person. I'm wearing Love is Love to support my gays.
Okay, one last question for me while I'm here.
Oh no, that's
I know. I'm sorry.
is it really? I have 5 minutes.
We were matching and taking
All
calls.
right. Is anybody listening to this that they can join in with me? Hold on. Are there any questions of anybody? Not yet. People watch later. People are so afraid that I'm going to say, oh, so-and-so.
I'm sure. All right, this is a great one though. I want to make sure I'm here for this one.
Which number?
Would you rather three? Would you rather be single or settle for the wrong relationship?
I mean, please. Who's stupid enough to write that?
I don't know. I mean, it's here, and I thought if a person wrote it, it needs to be addressed.
Can you please take off your hat so you can have hat head too? Of course, it's perfectly beautiful on you. Of course. Look at how stunning.
Oh, stop.
She is. She is stunning. Okay. I have to take my hat off because if Stacie's not here, then I am going to have to finish the questions and I can't see anything from my Love is Love hat.
The Love is Love taking over.
But I will be sporting my Love is Love hat all across Long Island. And today is Friday. Guess what MTN is doing? Friday happy hour after work.
Lucky.
Yeah. So, well, you know, everything I do is about work. You know, it's about helping people. And so, okay. So what do you think your answer is with that question?
Stay single. Happy, healthy, peaceful.
Just kidding.
No, I'm saying if you have the option to stay single or settle in the wrong.
Oh, yes.
No, I'm not joking. No, you want to make sure you're in the
MTN
right
matchmaking who? What?
Well, no, well, that's our point, is to find them someone that they are compatible with, and it is a healthy relationship, and it is the right relationship. So,
Can I ask
yes,
you?
I would
Can I
say
have any?
no to
Do I
the
have any
relationship.
wrinkles on my face?
No, you look flawless as usual.
No, seriously.
Seriously, Maureen.
I think I have some wrinkles that I'm not too happy with, and
Stop.
it really is not cool being 50. It's not cool. It's hard. If any of you ladies, like Stacie in her 40s, when you turn 50, it's a whole different ball game. You have to do things that you never had to do before. Crazy. Anyway, so do you really have to leave me?
I do. I'm so sorry. We just started later than we thought, and you and I had such a crazy morning.
Okay, so let's so oh yeah, you're going out too, and I'm going to a big fun work event. So
I'll be scouting here in the Delray Boca area this evening.
Delray Beach singles, contact
And we have
Stacie.
I have a lot of Long Islanders here that are here now visiting.
Okay, so 516-444-2861. That's what you do. And everyone in Florida, in Delray, you are getting the coolest discount ever. But you have to come through Stacie. And Stacie has to do the screening process. I mean, we don't just take on everyone. And I have to tell you this week, Stacie knows this, I disqualified the most men ever. But ladies, that's what you want. You don't want the guys on the internet here. I'm never wearing a hat again. Look at that hat hair. Come on.
The hair is fine. It's good. Stop. There's nothing wrong with the hair.
I think I'm going to cut my bangs. Look at the scissor. I'm going to cut my bangs right here on Friday Facebook Live.
No cutting. Stop with the cutting.
Do you remember when the pandemic started, before you and Ruth left me? I took a scissor on Friday Facebook Live, and my hair was, this long. And I said, all right, well, I'm not going to be able to go out a lot. We're stuck inside. Click, 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 click. I cut my hair to this on Friday Facebook Live.
Oh my God.
Anyway, so good luck. Get that done.
Yes.
Get that done. Every woman, can we say it or no? Because it could say.
Oh yeah, it's fine. It's annual. So,
okay.
So it's
ladies. What age did they start? 30 now, I hope, or 40.
I think it's 35. Between 35 and 40, depending
ladies,
on, I believe, family
always
history.
Get your annual mammogram. Always. Where I grew up in the town on Long Island in Nassau County, I heard of 4 people my age getting breast cancer. And then my sister-in-law had gotten it at the same time. Poor Kevin. Could you imagine Kevin knowing, okay, his wife, she's been, married for years, has that. And then I went and I was delayed with my yearly. I went and I was told I had it. So it could happen to anyone. If it does happen, in October, I do have a breast cancer charity. So please reach out to me, as I will help you with that. But just get it. What I would do is around October, my birthday, because I'm a Libra, I would use my birthday as a birthday present to me of getting my mammogram. So ladies, get it.
Okay. Well, everyone have a great Friday. Have a great weekend.
Don't leave me.
And call me later so we can talk about this evening, who while you're out and while I'm out.
Mm-hmm. All the singles that we do targeted recruiting for. Oh my God. If you're in the top 20% of singles on Long Island or Delray Beach, you have to contact us. And can I just tell you, you know who's giving us the hardest time about that? Singles not in the top 20%.
Well,
Now, come
surprise.
on. Come on. I'm sorry. Go on my social media. I have all free dating tips on YouTube, TikTok, which will also make you laugh, I hope. I'm trying to help everyone. If you, for whatever reason, I can't help you, I'm helping you for free. But come on. Owning my business for 20 years, I really thought this year it's my 25th anniversary. I'm going to have a big party celebrating, and we are really raising the bar. So we're only taking on the top 20% of singles on Long Island. Okay.
Amazing. All right. Everyone have a great weekend.
I'll talk to you later, and I will just stay on for a couple of more minutes unless they knock me off too when you get off.
Okay. How do I get out so I don't knock you off? Would you have to sign me out?
You just X out.
Okay. See
You
later.
just turn off your laptop.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Okay, so again, Stacie had been with me 15 years. She is just the best ever. And Ruth as well. You know, Stacie's been with me 15 years. Ruth has been with me 20 years. We also have Kristen, who's amazing, and Margaret. But I am hiring. So just say hypothetically, you consider yourself an overachiever. Okay. And if you think, you know, I love making people happy, it is a tough business. A lot of times people think, oh, matchmaking. No. You have to have a degree in business, preferably. You need, even though we don't take on everyone, you need to have some sort of sales background, not because you're doing sales, but because with sales positions, they're teaching people about human behavior, how to read people, how to get into their head to know within an hour on an interview, like I do, are they really telling me the truth? Are they really serious? Are they really as nice and kind as they say? And usually I find that out when one of the girls says, "Okay, we're doing a criminal felony background check on you." And they're like, click. So, but there are lots of safeguards that we have to make sure that everyone is safe. And again, I would say all of our clients are intentional daters. So hypothetically, say you're meeting someone, say you're dating someone, and you don't know what's going on. Now, is it the first month? Shut your fucking mouth. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to curse, really. Don't say a word. You got to go through the honeymoon stage. You have to see if the high of the honeymoon stage just makes you feel like $1 million. If it doesn't, then when the honeymoon stage is over, you're really going to feel worse. We all are going to feel worse after the honeymoon stage is over. So you damn well better make sure that that honeymoon phase has you up to 100%. My mother, I believe I'm a matchmaker today because of my mother. She truly was the smartest woman that I ever knew in my life. Now, of course, it's my sister Jerry, but my mother also, she matched up her best friend Eileen with Arthur and Helen with my father's best friend Buddy. My mother was a matchmaker. Now, she didn't do it for money. She did it for her friends. But each of them were in love, just like my parents. So those three couples met because my mother made the introduction, according to my mom, and all of them had 50-plus year anniversaries together. So my mom also always had great advice when it came to relationships. She said to me once that I think it was when I was very young and I came home from college and I thought, okay, I really have to, get my life in order and decide what I want, career wise, what do I want to do with my career? Who do I want to marry? Especially since I was dating someone in Florida at the time. But the best advice my mother ever gave me was, if you do an assessment of the relationship you have now, when it's at its best, it has to be at least a 10, because there's going to be hard times. We all know that, right? Life is not sunshine and roses like I was brought up to believe. And I admit it. That was a very, very big awakening for me when I lost my mom. And I realized, oh my God, I got to figure these things out for myself. But again, the advice she gave me was phenomenal. So if your relationship is not a 10 at its best, or okay, a 9, because nothing's perfect. If it's not a 9 at its best, when you have problems, when you have illnesses, when you have death, when you have fights, disagreements, what is it going to go down to? So if it goes down to a 5, it's not good. But even if it's at a 10 at the best, it's going to go down. So you really have to choose wisely. And that's why one of the questions before, is it harder to date now? Yeah, it is. And also, it's harder because, say, in my generation, 40s, 50s, a lot of people have been married before and they have kids. So if they're divorced or widowed, God forbid, or just never married yet, and even if they're intentionally looking for dating, okay, a lot of times people are afraid. They have a huge wall up because, especially if they're divorced, okay, especially. And there's also issues with other things, like, say, unfortunately, with widowers. That's an issue because a lot of times women will say, not men, women will say, I can't go too older, Maureen. I cared for my husband. I'm not taking that chance again. Well, I believe it's better to have loved and lost than to never have loved again. And that's why I'm playing this music in the background for the girl who wrote in the private text message for me, asking her how she can get over someone that she loves that she's no longer dating. It's, you got to get back on the bike, the horse, and you can't be afraid. So many people in my generation start out afraid. So if you meet someone and they sense that you have that wall up because you're afraid, it's never going to work. A lot of times singles will say, I heard the word damage, that many people that are divorced, they're damaged now. Don't ever say that. That is so rude. That is so, so disrespectful. No one's damaged. You're just different. Okay. And you have to be compatible anyway. So maybe if you feel that way, or, maybe there's someone that has gone through a similar situation, you could be a good compatible match for. So there's love, 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 love for everyone. And that's why I was wearing the Love is Love hat. And that's why another reason in June we celebrate Pride Month, because it makes people aware that every single one of us deserves love. So the biggest mistake, as we were asked, or the biggest problem in dating nowadays, is finding someone who is not afraid to love again. Because if you hear from someone saying, I'm never doing this again. I don't want to ever get hurt again. You won't be able to penetrate those walls, no matter how much you love that person. And is that sad? Absolutely, it's sad. But I'm hoping through my silly ass Friday Facebook Lives, which, everyone knows that I'm doing this to help people, and God knows what comes out of my mouth sometimes. It is always what I think is the truth, but it might come out inappropriately. And again, I apologize for that. But the end result is to help all singles be able to find love on their own. So when you're meeting people now for the second time in a row, the second time around in life, do something ahead of time to let go of the hurt and the pain. And it might, I'm sure it'll involve therapy. Okay. Please don't ever say to someone you don't believe in therapy, because you know who doesn't believe in therapy? People that are afraid of what they're going to hear. So if you genuinely want to be the best person that you can be, go to a therapist, because they're not going to lie to you. I've gone to many marriage counselors when I was married, and when I opened my business, I had the greatest doctor with the greatest therapy. He didn't tell me what I wanted to hear. He told me things that I was doing not as well as I could have. And he told me even things that I could do to be the best person that I can be. So make sure you're including therapy in your life if you're hurt, because you can't start off any relationship in that mode. Unfortunately, with internet dating sites, only about 1% pass our screening process. And it's because our screening process is no felony record, you have to be positive, emotionally stable, financially stable, and looking for a committed relationship or marriage. So that committed relationship I'm talking about, if it's not marriage, it's living together. And please, anyone that is deciding on going to that next level, because I know a lot of friends and I know a lot of colleagues who are at that level now, that, okay, we've gone out over a year, we're not kids anymore. Everyone should know by dating someone in 6 months if you're compatible. One of the questions Stacie said to me is, so I'm not even going to look down and read it, is it more important to be compatible or have chemistry? It's equally important. Equally. So just, again, I feel like I'm lecturing today, and it's probably just because I'm by myself, and it's a lot harder to do by myself. So anyway, just be your best, get therapy. There's nothing wrong with it, so that you can find a relationship and have a healthy relationship. No one can have a healthy relationship if you're harboring hate from an existing relationship, or if you don't feel like you're worth it. You need to be the best person you can be. On my website, I have a 7 steps checklist that you should do to see if you are in fact ready to start dating, or 7 things to do before you start dating. I really advise people to go through that, because I know with many of my success stories over the years, they've told me very kindly that they used those 7 tips and it really helped them. So I hope you'll check out the website, mtnmatchmaking.com. I'm not saying to be a client. I'm saying to help you see the videos that I've done, but you could also see them as well on YouTube, etc. So if anyone has any questions here, please let me know because they'll come right up on the screen. And I won't call you out, I promise. Maybe I shouldn't promise that because I do it all the time. But okay, so let's see. Let's do one more question. Oh, okay. This is really a very common problem. I think his name is Brad. I spilled coffee over this, so it's hard for me. But Brad wrote in, he's getting a lot of first dates with beautiful women, and he's a good-looking guy on Long Island. He's successful. He has it all, but either he's going on the first date and not wanting a second date, or the girl doesn't want the second date. So he wants to know why that is. It is because single people self-sabotage themselves. Again, hopefully I helped with some people that will not be as nervous to try to find love again. Believe me, it's hard. I know it's hard. But you need to not be afraid to get hurt. So in this case, yes, you'll be nervous meeting someone else, especially on the first date. And in my program, in fact, we recommend 3 dates just so what usually happens doesn't happen. And the typical thing people do on their own is they'll self-sabotage the date. So they'll go on a date, they'll think, oh, yeah, this is great, he's great or she's great, and then they might get nervous. They might get nervous thinking all these things in their head instead of focusing on the date and asking about each other's hobbies. Stay away from all the topics that could get you into trouble, okay? First 3 dates, never discuss sex, religion, politics. Never. If you do, you do. No one's going to go out with you a second time. Even if you believe the same way, still don't do it. Hello, beautiful Kim. Oh, I love you, Kim. You are just so wonderful. Okay, so as I was saying, let's see, I think I lost my train of thought, Kim. So singles self-sabotage themselves, and the person could be fabulous, but that person is nervous. We're all going to be nervous, even me. Okay? We're all human. We're all going to be nervous. So instead of focusing in on all the great things about that date, if you get to the point of really being nervous, you're going to think of what didn't go right. I didn't like that she said this. I didn't like that he said this. Now, in my program, you get to pick 5 must-haves. That's it. 5. Never go into a date with a whole checklist of 20 things. No one is ever going to fit that bill. No matter how beautiful you are, sexy, smart, successful, it is never, ever, ever going to happen that that person's going to have 20 things on your list. That's self-sabotaging. So narrow down what the most important 5 things are. And then again, you still have to be compatible, don't forget. So if you're dating on your own, it's going to take you about 6 months to get to know that real person, to even know if you're compatible or not. There's no way to speed that up. There really isn't. Our program, I just specialize in that. So every match I give out, you know that person is compatible. So my clients just have to do the opposite. And they have to go out, hopefully 3 times, to see if there's chemistry developing. Most people don't have chemistry, by the way, on the first date, but they'll go into a first date expecting the fireworks. First dates are so hard. And don't let that stop you from going on first dates. You got to go through the process. Being single, being lonely, you have to do your part. You can't sit home and think someone's going to knock on your door. It's not going to happen. So you have to do your part. So make sure that you're not self-sabotaging yourself, because we've all done it. You'll go on a date and you'll focus on one thing that person did. And why we do that is because we'll think, okay, I don't like that. I don't like that he or she does that. So I'm done. I'm not going on a second date now. What have you done? The person had you 5 must-haves, right? So you just made yourself never going to be nervous again. That's why you did it, because you didn't like the feeling of feeling nervous. So by saying to yourself, okay, I don't like that one thing that wasn't one of your 5 must-haves, now you don't feel nervous anymore on the date. You don't care. You're never going to see that person again. So to answer that person's question, that's why, I think his name is Brad, that's why you're not getting second dates. Either you are self-sabotaging, and so if the person is self-sabotaging, there's really nothing that you can do, but you can maybe reinforce to them or ask them, would you mind me asking if there are maybe 5 things that you're looking for in a person, and see if that person has those 5 things. That might be an easy way to go get through that. But just don't sabotage, because that is the main reason why people don't get second dates. But of course, through dating coaching, we help with that. So I just have a very interesting text message, and it was what I had said before when I was discussing how if I ever hurt anyone's feelings before in the gay community, when I stated that a large age range is creepy, I did not mean in the gay community. Okay, as I said earlier. In the heterosexual community, it is creepy if a man in his 50s, only wants to date someone in her 20s because he has money and wants arm candy. Okay, that they're not going to be compatible. And if you want to find true love, you need 2 things. You have to be compatible and you have to have chemistry. That's it. It's not as hard as people make it harder than they need to. People get in their own way. What's hard is to find single people that are dating with intention. That's what's hard. That's why we matchmakers exist, because everyone's dating with intention in our programs. So, but let me just take a second just to see. You're correct. It is different in the gay community. Okay, good. Good. Yes, I'm going to enjoy this day. Good. Perfect. So, I have to get back to work because I am still sitting on 200 matches that I made on Monday, matchmaking day, and I need to send them out. Stacie has been wonderful. Again, she's been working with me not only in the mornings, right after I do my walking and my swimming, but she works with me from 8 to midnight as I'm sending out these matches. But we have so many great clients. We have so many great new clients. And again, we have really raised the bar with my program, MTN Matchmaking, that we're only taking on the top 20% of singles. And I know it's subjective, but it's subjective to what I know I can help. In other words, if I don't think I can help someone because they're being unrealistic or if they're not positive, I'm not taking them on. Okay, so if you know that you're a nice quality person, you're financially stable, emotionally stable, positive, looking for a committed relationship, you don't have a felony record, and you really want to find love, and you know it's going to be hard, but what's your alternative? The internet, only 1% pass that screening process. Could you go out to every single bar every single night? Yeah, but how many people these days have actually successfully met people in bars? It happens, certainly happens, but how many? What are the percentages? Not that many. Now, I do have thousands of success stories, and when people come in for photos, because I meet with everyone personally, if I take them on the FaceTime appointment, then we meet them personally in my Melville office, where I've been there for 20 years. So if you think you're dating with intention, because that's important too, then we would be a good match at MTN Matchmaking. But again, this is for singles all over Long Island or all over the world that believe also love is love. No matter who you are, love is love. And just show that love and kindness to everyone. You never know what people are going through. But if you can make someone smile, I know personally when I pass people, I've done this my whole life, even before I was a matchmaker. I always loved smiling to new people because it made me feel good because they always smile back. If you're not a smiler, practice smiling, because if you smile at a stranger, you could be making a difference in their day. You have no idea what they went through before you saw them wherever it is. So if you're the type of person that you like helping people and you like to make a difference in people's lives, people that you'll never meet again, people that you're not going to get credit for, but you just genuinely love people and you want to help people, then love is love. And please follow my social media so that we can continue this conversation about love. We talk about it every single week on Friday Facebook Live. So thanks for joining, and please write in any questions below and I will answer them for you.